The reality is that using props or objects when you teach isn't just good for kids, it's good for adults. Here's one thing that I know. When you are communicating, one of the best ways to get your message to stick is to use a prop, to use stuff. Now, I am recording this video from one of my closets at my office where I keep a lot of my teaching tools. So I've got puppets and I've got props and buckets and rope and my mystery box and all kinds of goodies that I use when I communicate, especially with kids. But the reality is that using props or objects when you teach isn't just good for kids, it's good for adults. If you think about it, when Jesus taught, he used objects. He talked about a lost sheep. He talked about a lost coin. And he used props and visual. In fact, the whole Bible, you see God using visuals to communicate. One of the greatest visuals to communicate is the rainbow that we see in the sky after it rains. When God promised that whenever I see that rainbow, I'll remind myself I'm not going to flood the earth again. So listen, the next time you teach, whether you teach kids, whether you teach teenagers, whether you teach adults, whether you're preaching to an auditorium or you're making a presentation in a staff meeting with other adults, remember there is power when you connect your message to an object. Now, old school, we used to call these object lessons, right? An object lesson. But really what it is just using a prop to teach. Let me reach inside my mystery box. Now, my mystery box here that I am holding, if you're watching this by video, you can see it. For those of you that are listening to the audio, it's just a black box that says mystery box. And I have inside of it a pack of Dentyne bubble gum. Now, you know, one time I went to a gas station, this is a true story, and I bought a pack of Dentyne gum, paid for it, got out to the car, got down the road, opened up the gum, only to find, take a look at this, the package was empty. Everything was sealed, but there's absolutely not one piece of gum in here. And I was a little disappointed because what was on the inside was different than what I saw presented on the outside. Now, how true is that of us, right? We can dress up, we can look the part, yet on the inside, right, there can be a totally different story. You know, you probably were told as a kid, don't judge a book by its cover, right? Because what you see on the outside does not necessarily reflect what happens on the inside. By the way, what did God say? The scripture says that God doesn't look on the outward appearance. He actually looks on the heart, right? And so here's my challenge for you today, and that is remember when you communicate, whether it's with little kids, whether it's with preteens or high schoolers or college students or senior adults, whether it's a small group or a large auditorium, whether you're talking into a video like this, on a microphone like this, or you're in a room full of people, whenever you can use an object to communicate, it is going to help the message to stick. Sometimes the object can be something like I'm holding in my hands, an actual prop. Maybe that object is a video clip or a slide or a series of slides or a story. Or maybe it's something that you act out dramatically. You do a drama or a skit or a puppet, or maybe it's a handout, although I'm not a big fan of handouts as a visual aid, but maybe it could be a handout. Remember that props help your message stick. Got it?